Okay, so this is Sunshine.
Hi.
So Sunshine, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
As in job-wise, as in...
Now that you're asking.
Just a job-wise, or is it like, you know...
Look, in the nightclub industry, what do you do?
Oh,
Oh.
I work for Candy.
Candy, yep.
I work with some other people for different clubs.
Yep.
But normally I'm at the door. I am the face you're going to see when you come into the club.
Your face is famous. Everyone, think about every person that's walked through the door has seen your face.
That's right.
There's a lot of people over the countless amount of years. How many years now has it been?
6.
Gee, 6 years.
Yeah.
Times every week for the last 6 years. That's a lot of people you've seen have seen your face.
Yes.
What do you love about the job?
I think just, you know, getting to know people, getting to meet people, getting to see people to actually dance and have fun. That's what I like.
Yeah. And what made you want to stick with this kind of job?
I'm a social butterfly, so...
So you like a chatterbox. You like talking.
I like talking to people.
And meeting new people.
Yes. Exactly.
I can't imagine how many guys you would love your attention.
Well, I can't... My fingers are not...
I'm surprised you don't have 50 sugar daddies.
Oh my God.
Oh God. The amount of men that love to get your attention is just crazy.
I tell you the compliments I get all the time.
Yeah.
My lips, my eyes, my hair. That's all.
You know what? I'm surprised that you're not married or anything like that, considering how many men approach you.
Look, seriously, sometimes I meet so many guys, but you know, you don't know if they're serious or not, or they're just joking around.
You don't know, especially in the club industry. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know if they're serious.
So I just take it as it comes and be nice to everyone, I guess.
But what do you like seeing them if they're serious? What are the signs?
See, that's the problem. I don't think they're serious.
You don't think they're serious?
Especially in the club circle, no way.
No way?
No.
So you just know straight away. It's just straight away, straight up.
It's probably 1 in 1 million.
Yeah.
That it will be saying something honestly to you, saying, hey, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I believe you. But not 100%.
Not 100%. I don't think you can build a relationship from someone you met in the club. I mean, how many times have we tried it?
Oh, gosh. How many times have I seen it? That's the issue.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
There's there's too much jealousy.
Yes.
There's too much toxicity.
Yeah.
Too many red flags.
It's very rare to find someone that will stick to you knowing that you do the type of job that you do.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's you literally cannot let them go, because I've never seen it happen.
Yeah.
Even for Raul, I don't think... Did he meet her in the club industry? No.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
They met through a friends.
I just don't think it works.
Yeah, no.
There's just no point investing your time into...
It's hard. It's hard to find people that actually can stick to you.
Yeah.
And stick by you.
Yeah.
And not, for example, yourself.
Yeah.
You're a DJ. You're going to get girls hanging out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And to have a girlfriend with you, it will be hard for her. She's either she's got to have very thick skin.
Yeah.
Not to feel jealous. Yeah. Not to say something to you.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
It's very true. And they always have something to say.
Yeah.
Because they just always there's always something that they don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
And for women to be okay with this kind of industry as a DJ.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so rare.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I feel like they have to be very mature in themselves and very secure.
Yeah.
Very secure.
Yeah, very secure.
They can't have one bit of insecurities, or that's it. They're gonna break.
Yeah, that's right.
They can't handle it.
You have to be very secure to maintain that type of relationship.
Yeah. And think about it. The biggest issue that I've had with the relationship is that they've said to me, so when is this life going to end for you? When are you going to change your life? When are you going to get out of this game? Out of this?
They always want you to get out of that.
They're when is this going to end? I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that. You might as well tell me that you don't love me anymore. That's what you might as well say.
Yeah, it's
Don't
true.
talk to me like
it's
that.
True.
Don't come into this relationship, say how much you love me, do all this stuff for me, and then be like, so when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Are you serious? How about it ends now with me and you, and you go?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's like me telling you, you love your job, and me saying, so when are you going to get a different job?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't tell that to someone.
Yeah. I honestly do my job because I love what I do.
Yeah.
And obviously, I like to to get to know different people
Yeah.
all the time. But yeah, obviously, you know, there's going to be a time when you kind of think, okay, that's it. It's enough.
Yeah.
I need to move
But
on to...
I feel like no, you can't get pushed into that.
Yeah.
That has to happen when you're ready for it.
Normally, yeah. Like
can't-
naturally and normally.
Yeah,
Yes,
organically. Can't have that partner be like, okay, I want you to stop this now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you resent them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then you will blame them because, but you said, and no.
Yeah.
And then we'll stop, yeah.
Exactly. That's
So-
exactly true. So then, like, in terms of settling down, like, okay, I'm 34.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not settled down either.
No.
So when do you think we're gonna be settled down?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah. Are you like?
For me, I think I'm just trying to find someone that clicks with me, that understands me as a person, that understands what I do.
So pretty much same as me.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, and to know that I'm a social person.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm trying to make anybody jealous. No.
Yeah, no.
It's just the way I am.
You're not like that though.
Yeah.
Like you're not. Your intentions aren't like that. That's
Yeah.
You're not that type of person.
Yeah.
And it's very clear to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, you do get those girls where they try to
Exactly.
make people jealous, and that's
Exactly.
very ugly.
Yeah.
Characteristic
And it
traits.
happens a lot in the club.
Yeah, why is that?
Girls are just I don't know what you will call them these days. Like, I just feel they try to compete between each other.
Yeah.
And also try to make the men jealous to see other guys to be looking at them. But that's
Yeah. But
that's not the point. The
No.
point is having someone that understands you and loves you
Exactly.
and takes you on board the way you are. It's just beautiful.
Exactly.
But
you can't. It's like,
no.
and to find someone, it's like the more you try to look for someone,
Yeah.
the longer it takes to happen.
Yes.
Or you just find the wrong person.
Yes.
I always
exactly.
feel like you just have to like just live your life
Yes.
and work and focus on yourself,
Exactly.
and then I guess it'll eventually just come.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. It's like the older you get, it's like you're like, when is that happening?
You realize more the older you get. Like when you're young, you really just want to have parties and
Yeah.
go out and have the best time of your life. But once you start getting older, your priorities change.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to having a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
Take it from someone that knows.
And for you, like, what have you learned about yourself?
Well, see, previous relationships for me, they taught me a lot. I was the type of person that will break very easily.
Yeah.
But because of experiences I've had, it made me the stronger person and woman that I am now.
100%.
Otherwise,
And like without those experiences, there's
you
no
don't-
way.
you don't learn. You don't become,
Yeah.
you know, thicker within your skin because you need to be like that
Yeah.
sometimes.
We need to be thick because if
Yeah.
we're not thick in the skin, then we're very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
just believe whatever anyone says.
Yeah, exactly. And people can just play with your feelings and just crash you.
Yeah, and then you don't know how to deal with it,
Yeah,
right? I
that's
feel like
right.
we have to get hurt. It's
Yes.
unfortunate. We don't want to get hurt.
But something
but we
that you
have to.
learn, yeah.
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 It's like failing in school or failing in your exam. If you
Yeah.
don't fail, you don't learn, and then you don't grow, and then
Exactly.
you never build, and then it's just part of life.
But all I gotta say is like, there's someone out there for anyone that's watching this.
Yeah.
There's someone out there that will understand you, that will love you, they would treat you the way you want it, but it's very hard to find, but you have to look for them.
And what are your advice for DJs out there that are looking to settle down, but
You have to look very deep because it's not just because of your job, it's because of everything that surrounds you. You got to get a partner that understands you guys. And when I say understand the environment, understand the situations you guys get into, because sometimes it's not the DJ's fault. Sometimes it's the women that trying to provoke them, trying to, do whatever. And obviously, if you're in a relationship, obviously your girlfriend, your partner is gonna think, oh, well, he's doing something. This is why this girl. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to see both sides of the story. So,
and how do you manage your life having like a son as well, like doing this job?
well, like I said before, I've told you that, like my personal life is one thing. I leave it at home, and then when I come to work is work. So for me, dealing with my son, my quality time with my son is my quality time. I don't kind of share that with anyone, just me and my son. And, you know, I get from experience because my son is only 6 and he will get older. And now the generation that we're looking at, sometimes it scares me. Like, you know, it's things that I kind of think about in the future for my son and need to kind of be more than a friend to my son because he needs to understand that this world is not easier.
Yeah.
It's becoming harder.
Yeah, that's true.
So by the time he's my age or younger or whatever, it's going to be hard for them.
Yeah.
That's for any kid, you know.
And do you find that, like, for, like, when you're dating someone, do you tell, like, them straight away that you have a son?
Yes, I do. I'm honest about that.
You're straight up about that.
Yeah.
A lot of women are not honest about that.
That's what I was going to say. Like, a
women
lot
are.
of women,
They're not.
they go into a relationship, they try to impress the guy on the first day or whatever, but you forget one point, and that point is so important because once you start dating this person and this person likes you so much or gets so into you, and then you all of a sudden decide to say, hey, I got a son or a daughter, that's a big disappointment.
Yeah.
Not just for, you know, like anyone that's dating you is like big disappointment. You should be honest from the beginning.
100%. Because that just shows your genuinity and like, that you can tell someone and be confident about that.
Yeah.
Because if they decide to go the opposite way when you told them, then it's better that way because you haven't built the feelings.
Exactly.
And grown attached. And some people, okay, I feel like the older you are, like the quicker you can adapt with someone, and then like the relationship grows quicker, right?
Yeah.
But when you're younger, it takes a long time because you still don't know how to, you know, grow. Because some people, when you get older, they move in within 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're moved in and everything, and then they find out, that's like the worst.
Yeah, exactly right. But my thing is, how can you trust someone that is not honest from the beginning?
Yeah.
Honesty starts from day one.
And when should like someone move in with each other after dating? How long is a safe zone?
That's pretty hard to say because it depends on both of you. Like how comfortable you feel and how ready you feel with each other. Because one thing is dating outside, you know, different situations, different away from your house or whatever. And another thing is moving in together. That's a whole ball game.
Yeah.
So I think you gotta get to know that person well before you start.
You gotta feel it, eh?
Yeah.
And then even like with marriage, you can't just.
Yeah, you can't force it.
You can't. No. You can't. I don't. You know those people that get married like within a year.
Yes.
I'm just like, what are you doing?
I think they're doing a mistake.
Oh my gosh! Like, but the thing is, they don't realize it for the first few years.
Yeah.
It takes like 4 or 5 years to realize that they've made the mistake.
Yeah.
Because you need to go through all the hardship. You need to travel with the person. You need to go through situations with the person, the family, friends, this and that. And then after all that, and then you realize you don't click. It's like, oh,
exactly.
Why did we rush it? Like, well, you should have done all that first.
And then you regret it.
Yeah.
Which is very, very sad because then you realize I've been with this person for so long and now I just realize that we don't have too much in common or we don't get along because we live in together. It's just so many factors.
There's so many. And what are your thoughts about people that they have kids but they're not happy together but they're staying together just for the kids?
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong as well, eh?
I think that's wrong. Look, as much as you can love your kids, you got to think about you. Your kids are going to grow up and leave you.
Exactly.
And you're going to end up by yourself.
Yeah.
So I just think that you need to think about what makes you happy. Yes, you got to be a bit selfish sometimes, you know, but your kids will grow up. And they're going to leave you. And the only person that's going to end up by themselves is you.
That's true.
So I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, even though like it's, you know, you built a family, if you're not happy with the partner, what's the point?
What's the point of staying
You're gonna be 50, 60, 70 and you're gonna be the most depressed person.
Exactly.
Because you just didn't want to detach because of the kids.
And trust me, the kids they won't have a great family experience because both of the parents are going to be arguing, not understanding. The kids are involved in it, even if you don't want them to be. They're always there. They listen. They feel like there's something wrong, you know. So it affects them.
And what about like if the kids don't have a dad to grow up with. I know that's kind of your situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, look.
Does that affect the child's growth?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does. But also, it's very important as a mom, if you're a single mom or if you're a single dad, to know how to guide your son or your daughter. Because they probably don't have a dad next to them or whatever, but as long as you have that connection with your son or your daughter, and you know that you can guide them within the years, it's very important.
Do you think you have to play like two roles?
Yes, you do.
Is there a lot of pressure?
Yes, it is.
How do you do that? Like,
well, I am the type of person that I'm very how can I say? I take things as it comes every day. I deal with things and situations. I'm not the type to stress. There's got to be something really severe for me to stress. But I know a lot of people out there that can't handle the pressure. They can't say, hey, look, I'm going to deal with this and then just chill out a little bit. No. But you need to kind of understand where all this is going to take you, because honestly, stressing, you won't fix anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need to kind of come up with, results and do what you think is the best thing to deal with the situation. So that's what I do.
How do you deal with stress? But like,
me stressing, my therapy is dancing, listening to music. That's my best thing for me.
You love your Carol G.
Yes, my Carol G. I'm a big fan of Carol G.
And you love listening to music while you're driving, right? That's
all the time.
That's when you zone out and kind of.
And even when I go to sleep, I just put relaxing music and I just zone out.
Yeah. And that helps you.
That helps me a lot.
What else do you do, like, to kind of?
Go to the gym.
And that helps you as well.
Do exercising. Oh my God, it's a big therapy. Trust me. If you haven't tried it, try it.
Yeah. So those two things. What's the third thing?
I'll probably say meditation. I do meditate from time to time.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't have that much time because of my son. But when I do have time, I kind of connect myself to nature. And I love that.
And how do you do that?
I can just simply go for a walk. Go to a park and just sit there and meditate for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Or go to the beach if I close to the beach.
Okay. That's nice. The beach is always nice to go to.
That sound of the waves.
The waves. It's just,
oh my God, it's a therapy. Like,
it's game changing.
Other. Yeah.
Yeah. And then how do you manage your time with your son, with work?
When it comes to that, I don't know if I'm an autopilot or I don't know what's going on, but I tend to kind of organize myself. Like, I tell you, my day is 6 in the morning, I go and train, came back to my house, get my son ready for school, take him to school. After that, I go to work. After work, obviously, I go and pick him up. And then in the afternoons, I have to take him to his lessons and stuff. The night for me is more like a relaxing, time for me, because he goes to sleep. I also do study. So for me, whenever I have the time to study, I study and do what I have to do. But most of the time is, whenever I have a day off, that's when my relaxing time. I just do me.
And do you actually, like, every day is like the same, or is it?
Yeah, it's the same routine.
Same routine?
I try to change it from time to time, but sometimes it's hard.
You have to keep it same.
Because with kids, they're very unpredictable.
Yeah? So you have to be flexible sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
And you
either adapt and flexible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then, like, having a partner would make it more, like...
It will be helpful.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't think that will stress me. I think that will help me.
But they have to be very, like, understanding, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they're not, then that won't help your situation.
No.
Is that the first thing you see out? You look at, you're like, is this guy going to be benefit to my son, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
Because you have to kind of look at it. Is that right?
Yeah. Because it's something that, like, if I didn't have a son or even a kid, I wouldn't even look at that. I would just say, hey, it's just you and me. But when you have a kid, it's a different situation. So you got to not just think about you.
Yeah.
Think about your son or your daughter, and then you.
Yeah, that's true.
So
my biggest question I wanted to ask you is your thoughts on what's going on with Sydney nightlife, like the nightclub industry, in terms of, like, it's so up and down.
I think, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I think since COVID, the whole situation with nightclubs, I mean, I've been in the industry for six and a half, maybe 6 years, yeah.
Mm.
And what the clubs were at that time to
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
it's changed.
Yeah.
Even the crowds.
The crowd.
Crowds
people are
have
very different.
changed, yeah.
They're not as engaged
Yes.
as they used to be.
Yeah, I think it's because obviously, you know, everyday life is becoming more expensive.
Yeah.
As soon as you come out of the house, you start
Yeah.
spending money.
Yeah.
And some people don't have the luxury to spend as much as others.
Mm.
Some other people don't care. If they
Yeah.
have got the money, they will spend it.
Yeah.
But people like me, myself, like I wouldn't just go out there because
Yeah.
I feel like it. No, there's got to be, you know, either a reason.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a birthday, I got to go to work, or I got to go to the club to work, or you know,
Yeah.
things like that. But it's just very expensive.
It's the bar, right? It's
Yeah.
definitely the bar that's expensive.
Yes.
And I don't know. Do you think it's ever going to go back to the way it used to be? Like,
The way that's going right now, I wouldn't say not going back to the way it was. Maybe it will change a little bit, but not to the way it was before. Everything has changed, darling.
Yeah.
Since COVID, I think everything changed.
and I just feel like there's always a new event.
Yes.
Every week there's like someone running a new event.
That was my other thing that I was going to say. Because
Yeah.
like in Sydney, we got so many Latin, Afro, Brazilian things happening right now.
Mm.
Like
So
you
many.
name it.
So many.
And people have so much choice to go to.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, especially if you're a student, for example, you can't be spending so many venues, like going to different clubs. You know, like they just want to kind of, I think they focus on one event and then they go there.
Yeah.
This is the reason why some of the clubs are not as busy anymore. So,
You know, I also feel that people are just, when there's a new event, people want to go to it, and then the hype dies after that,
Yes.
and then the club doesn't last 6 months.
yes.
And then they're like, what
exactly.
happened to that club? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
they just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And it
'cause
just did.
so many people
You know?
have tried to put new clubs.
And it just doesn't last.
Yeah. And then we're just like, what happened? Like, probably the first 2 weeks it was fine, but then
Yeah.
after,
No one like, that's what I used to hear. A lot of people say, oh, Flamingo Lounge is the place to go. Flamingo
Yeah.
Lounge is the place to go. And I'm like, have you seen Flamingo Lounge hold one event every week for a consistent 5 years? No,
No,
it doesn't
exactly.
exist. There's always a new promoter, always a new event. Sometimes it's
Exactly.
closed. Sometimes it doesn't open for a few weeks.
Yes.
It's never consistent.
Yes.
Like, it just doesn't exist. But it's just hype. People want to go there just for the hype.
yeah,
For 2 weeks, that's it.
Exactly.
Nothing
That's
lasts
true.
forever. Like,
Yeah.
and people that run lights for a long time, like, you know, establishment is one of them. Like,
Yeah.
Candy is one of them.
Yeah.
You know, those like events have run for so long. Even Albion is one of them.
Yeah.
Argyle is like kind of one of them. They're getting
Yeah.
more busy now.
Yeah.
But it's just those events that have just run for years,
Yeah, exactly.
years non-stop.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know.
It's true.
But how come but then all these little just ones pop up and then disappear, pop up, disappear.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know who goes to them? The Gen Zs.
Yeah, yeah.
The Gen Zs. You know why? Because Gen Zs get too excited too quick.
Yes.
They go to what's new and what's happening,
Yeah.
and then after that it doesn't exist. Just go, gone,
Just
finished.
Go, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
It's so
they
true.
just want what's new and what's popping, and then
Yeah.
that doesn't last. And it's like,
Yeah, but I think it's not
You
just Sydney. I think it's everywhere, darling. To be honest.
yeah,
Like, I had a few friends 2 weeks ago. They went to Melbourne, and she said, "Oh, you know, the nightlife in Melbourne is great, blah blah blah." But then, I think she went. She just came back 2 days ago again from Melbourne, and she said it wasn't the same vibe. Like something happened.
yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, maybe Melbourne is different to Sydney, but no, I think it's happening everywhere.
Really.
Yeah.
Even like,
So-
I feel like the culture in Melbourne is much more. I feel like the culture is different there.
Yeah, it is.
They're more accepting.
It is.
They're more open. They're more friendly.
Yeah.
Than here, they judge a bit more here.
Yeah.
They're a bit more judgy,
Yeah, I think so.
and people stick to themselves more here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
one
why.
thing I
You
found.
can see that.
Yeah.
But when you get there, it's very different. And
Yeah.
on the other side of the world, they're very different as well, like Thailand and all that.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
it's just always party there.
yeah.
Always
yeah,
party.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all backpackers, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
But I mean, look at where Rafa is now.
yes.
He just did that reggaeton takeover with
Oh
DJ
my
Pope
God.
at Thailand's biggest nightclub in Phuket,
And
Illusion.
it went off.
Yeah. Like
went
that
out.
is the biggest in Thailand. Like you can't get bigger than that.
Exactly.
And he was I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I've been to that place.
That was big.
It's massive. It's like Ivy on steroids.
Oh,
that place.
God.
Yeah. Like the lighting is better, the sound is better, it's bigger, it's more like wow factor.
Yeah.
And like, you see that photo where I was holding the bottle in that girl's mouth?
Yes.
You can't do that in Sydney.
No.
No
you
way.
cannot.
There's too
No.
many laws.
But that's the problem too. That's the other thing I was gonna say. I think Sydney's got too many.
Way too many laws. Way too much.
You can't do
Can't do
much.
anything here.
You get in trouble for like
Little
you
things.
know. Yeah.
Like you do one little thing and then you get in trouble and it's like, man,
Yeah,
you guys are so
exactly,
petty. No
exactly.
wonder people don't like coming here. Like people
Yeah.
go to Thailand and overseas to party.
Yeah.
You're so petty here.
Exactly.
You can't do stuff like that here
Yeah.
because it's like it has to be a waitress doing it. It has to be in a group. It has to be licensed. It has to be this. It has to be that.
Yeah.
What? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You can do all like it's,
Yeah.
overseas is so much more fun and free.
I honestly think the rules here should change
100%.
because otherwise the nightlife in Sydney is gonna keep on going
Yeah.
the way it is right
But you
now.
know what as well, like even with like back then when that King hit happened, right?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the cross. And then
Yeah.
that killed the nightlife. And then the lockout happened. And that killed the nightlife again. And then
Yeah.
the pandemic happened and that just flattened the nightlife,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
those three things happen in Sydney.
Yeah. Exactly.
All in Sydney. That's why
Yeah.
Sydney is destroyed
Yes.
with nightlife, right?
think so.
And it takes so much effort to get it back to where it was.
Yeah.
Like the streets here are dead at 1, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Dead.
Exactly.
People overseas come here and they're like, where's your people?
What happened?
Where's everyone? It's like, it's just completely different.
It's not like what's it called? I've been to New York City
Yeah.
and people. Oh, let
No.
me tell you, 24 hours. There's people walking. There's
Oh,
people
man.
at the cafes. There's people at going to clubs, and they come here. It's like right now.
Yeah,
It's what 4:15.
yeah,
And seriously, where's the people?
yeah.
Like South America, the party starts at 12 o'clock. People, what's going on? And they finish at 6 o'clock in the morning.
They finish at 6. Like, remember when we used to finish at 6 a.m. at Margaritaville?
Yes.
At 6 a.m. we'd like finish when the club, like the sun is coming up and we'd be leaving and we're getting home. I'd get home and open the door and the sun's up.
Yes.
It'd feel like I haven't slept all day, right?
Exactly.
Now, nah, there's no way no way in hell that could happen. It just
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore. And
Exactly.
I think it's just here.
Yeah, I think there's something happening in Sydney that's not, it's not the same anymore.
I don't think it's ever going to be back the same.
Yeah, it's not.
Or
the
it's
same.
going to take like a good 10 years,
Yeah,
a long time.
Yeah.
And then our kids will have kids by then.
exactly.
Oh my God. Well, I will drop you at your car. Thank you so much for your time
That's okay.
today. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
The beautiful sunshine, everyone.
Thank you.